Well, you know, one of the most common excuses professionals give for not dating is that they're too busy, they don't have time. But if you think that your work life has to take over your personal life, you're just wrong about that. Joining us today are a couple of people who say that the key to finding a happy relationship, maybe making that love connection, is as simple as sitting down to lunch. So here to tell us about a program that's called It's Just Lunch. Client director Sarah French and Mark Yeager has been using the service now for about a year. So thanks both of you for coming in.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
So my girlfriend in California first told me about this program. It was hugely successful there. Now it's all over the country. It's been here since 2003, right?
Yes.
So tell us how It's Just Lunch got its start.
Okay, well, It's Just Lunch is a dating service for busy professionals. And we personally interview all of our clients face-to-face, and then we literally hand select who we're going to have them meet and send them out for lunches, drinks after work, or brunches on the weekends.
So you could get declined, but I'm assuming the people who are professionals who contact you probably won't be declined.
Yeah, exactly.
But you're hand-picking.
Yeah, we are. So we're not a one-size-fits-all service. We definitely take on clients that we think it's the right fit for. And it was started back in 1991 in Chicago by a woman named Andrea. And she was a 30-something woman. And about 3 weeks prior to her wedding, she was basically dumped. So she looked around at her friends and her coworkers and really realized there wasn't a venue for busy professionals to meet in kind of a low-pressure, fun atmosphere. So she created It's Just Lunch and really realized that with her clients, it really was just lunch, and they could take it from there. About 3 years later, she franchised It's Just Lunch because it was so successful and popular.
Right.
And It's Just Lunch Seattle is independently owned and operated, and we've been here since the fall of 2003, and we've experienced tremendous growth and success here.
So obviously, Mark, you passed the muster, and they accepted you, and you've been using this service for over a year. So tell us how you heard about it and why you got involved, why this was a good option for you to meet people.
Well, I was at home one day, and a lady in my neighborhood came to my door to get a key, and I started talking to her, and she was a gal that was quite attractive to me, and I'd been seeing her around a little bit, and she was just exuberant because she was getting married. And I asked her, so how did you meet your husband and to-be? And she said, well, I joined this club called It's Just Lunch, and met different guys, and boom, she was getting married, and she was so excited. And she found out that I had been divorced a while back, and we started talking, and I just said, you know, I had to try that. So
see, word of mouth, that's good recruiting right
yeah,
there.
really about 70% of our clients come from referrals.
Tell me about your first venture into it. So you sign up, that's one thing. You say, okay, I'm gonna do this, that's another. But then to actually go on that first It's Just Lunch sort of gathering, tell us what that was like.
Well, you're really very nervous. Yeah, you know, you haven't dated in a long time. You can't believe that you're even there and dating. So you go to a restaurant, and it's all prearranged by It's Just Lunch, which is wonderful.
It's just with one person, right?
It's just,
connecting him with one person.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I arrive at a restaurant, say that I have a lunch date with Sally, and my name's Mark, and they seat you, and you know, the nice thing is both people want to be there.
Right.
You know? So it's not like going to a bar and saying, you know, having to get up the nerve to walk up and ask somebody to, you know, what's your name and that. You know, you're at a really a nice setting where you both want to be there and you know it, and you just get to meet each other and talk. It's really fun.
And from a woman's point of view, not that it would be any different from a man's really, but you're not really giving that person who you might meet sitting across the table from you a lot of your personal information. You're still anonymous. That person can't then stalk you.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
That's what our clients love about it.
Because that's what I think some people would be concerned about. How safe is it?
Yeah, that's one of the reasons people really choose our venue, because we are discreet for our clients. So we never share last names or company names or phone numbers. We leave that part completely up to our clients. So if they want to make plans to get together again, and about 80% of the time that's what happens, then we leave that part up to them, but we never reveal anybody's personal information. And keep in mind, we're sending people to popular, busy restaurants here locally in Seattle.
Who's paying?
We've thought of everything. So all of the restaurants that we work with automatically bring 2 separate checks, just to keep it really light and casual for that first date.
But if you want to pay, you could pick up the check if you wanted to. But generally on that first date, you don't.
No. No, normally, I mean, they bring it separately. That's kind of the rules of the club, and it works out well.
I would think the beauty, Mark, is that it is just lunch. It's not a 3-hour get-together, so that if it's not going well in the first 15 minutes, you're sort of still there for the next 2.5 hours. I mean, what do you think of the benefits of doing it over lunch?
Well, believe it or not,
meeting and having a chit-chat over lunch. That's what I meant to say.
You know, half the time it is for lunch, half the time it is actually for dinner.
Oh, it is.
And the reason is because, you know, we're busy in our lives trying to, you know, jobs, and it's hard to break away a lot of times during the day, for more than 45 minutes. And so a lot of them is an evening meeting. And some of them go a couple hours, some of them, you know, only go for the hour. You know, again, you want to be there, and it's fun, even if you're not attracted to the person, or you know that this is only going to be the one and only date that you go on with the person. It's just fun to meet people and get to hear, you know, their life stories. They hear your life stories. You learn a lot about yourself and what you're looking for. So on you know, your first, I don't know, 15 dates, I think that you're really learning more about yourself and what you're looking for than you really are hooking up with someone.
So I have to ask you, what are you looking for, Mark?
You know, I think I'm still figuring that out. But, you know, as you...
Oh, no. You're not getting off that easy. This is your chance. It's just TV, right? What are you looking for?
Well, first and foremost, I mean, you have to be attracted to the person. I think that's mutual
so some
on both
chemistry.
sides. There has to be chemistry. After the chemistry, then I think it's, you know, what am I looking for in life, in my future? You know, where am I going, and what's my path? And is that a similar path that could be shared with someone else? Because, you know, it can't be two different mainstreams.
Right.
So, and it takes a while to learn that. You know, it takes
what you do and don't want.
Yeah, it really does. And so that's what's so fun about this whole adventure is that you get to meet all those people, and you really get to talk to them. You learn about yourself, you learn about the other person, you kind of figure out where you're going. And I suppose it's just the odds. Sooner or later, you're going to cross paths with a person that has both attributes.
Well, Sarah, it sounds like it's a really great way for singles who are really busy and professional to have an opportunity to meet other people when they don't really have a lot of time. So we're going to tell people how to get involved with this.
Okay.
If you want more information on It's Just Lunch, just go to king5.com and click on news links. Great spokesperson there.
I know, he's great.
Sarah and Mark, thank you so much.
You.
We appreciate you coming in, and I'm
Thank
sure
you.
you're going to be probably getting a lot of phone calls and interest on your website for this.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thanks.
Brett?
All right, still ahead, a story about...